coverage of the final session on day 2 of this second test match. The BANvsPAK presents Blue World City Test Series here at the Rawalpindi Cricket Stadium. Bangladesh won the toss this morning and put Pakistan into bat, and they managed to score 183 for 5. They were 99 for 1 at lunch, and then they lost 4 wickets in the second session with 88 runs added. So 183 for 5 is a strong comeback. You'd say that the first session went to Pakistan, and the second surely to the visitors.
This was an absolute cracker. First up from Taskin Ahmed, who came into the team. Just got the line linked wrong there. Sean Masood and played against one that just held its line and turned ever so slightly. And then this was a bit of a brain trade from Saim Ayub, who played so well to get to 58. Played with real maturity. And again, Taskin Ahmed, he can't stay out of the wickets, getting one to rise and just come back to cruise. That was 3 big wickets, it has to be said. Just looked like he was getting through the worst of it. Babar Azam got himself to 30 and then missed, judged the straight one. So yes, definitely Bangladesh's session there without doubt. Taskin Ahmed taking 2 wickets. He's bowled a couple of great deliveries in those 12 overs, and then Hassan Mahmood, he's come back and bowled nicely after lunch, but it's been Eddie Miraz who's taken 2, and Shakib who got into a nice little rhythm in that session. And now it's the time for Mohammad Rizwan, the man in form, Salman Ali Agha, to get proceedings off. Can they rescue their team in this session? Can they make it a Pakistan session? That'll be the big question.
Yeah, an extended session, the third one. It's almost 2.5 hours. And as we spoke about it in the morning, that we started 15 minutes early and then we can extend to 15 minutes after the close. So you try to add half an hour every day to cover up for that lost day. That's day 1. 98 overs to be bowled in the day, light permitting. And 55 overs have been bowled out of those, but you cannot go beyond 5:45 local time. The run rate surely has dropped a bit. I mean, if you look at it as a whole, so Pakistan were going at 4.2. Now they're 3.3, but the second session surely was much lower. Very good bowling from Mehdi Hassan, as always, coming in handy with the ball and the bat. Apart from that drop catch and the slips, he's just been very, very handy for the fielding captain. He's got 2 wickets to his name, 2 for 41. And Taskin also grabbing 2 on his return into the 11. And Shakib Al Hasan, we're wondering why he hasn't bowled. It was very late into the attack after that 1 over. He's managed to get rid of Babar Azam. 1 for 11 for him in 5. And he will start off session 3 from the media center end. Like you said, Nick, it will be important. Can Pakistan make it their session? It's about winning sessions to get into a winning position or as a whole in a test match.
Yes, it is, particularly when you're low on confidence and things aren't really going your way. Sometimes you've got to break the game down, break them down into sessions and rebuild yourself from there. You thought they were doing that, particularly in that beginning period. You saw that fantastic delivery from Taskin Ahmed, who broke through in that first over, and then you thought, wow, this could be a real disaster for Pakistan, but they played nicely. I thought Sean Masood weathered the storm well, thought he ran well with Saim Ayub and put the pressure back onto the Bangladesh bowlers. I thought just was seeking a little bit too hard. They were pushing too hard to try and take the wicket, but haven't they turned it around after lunch? It's been quite a remarkable turnaround. Disappointing from Pakistan's perspective, but Shakib Al Hasan is really getting into his work.
3 wickets for the spinners. It'll be interesting to see what role Abrar can play whenever he gets that opportunity. And then you have Salman as part-timer along with him. He bowled quite a few overs in that first test match. Something just tells me this test match is going to go down to the wire. It's not going to be a tame draw. It's just a feeling. With 5 already down, Pakistan's last pair now after this tail starts. Oh, there's turn and bounce there on that occasion from Shakib Al Hasan. Exactly the point. Be interesting to see how spinners from the other side will operate.
And we didn't see this in the first test match. We did not see this on day one. All slid on quite nicely. It's on day 4 and 5, so it's going to be very interesting indeed. Nicely played from Salman, who just uses the pace and guys are behind square. I think he'll pick up 2. Certainly going to make for interesting watching over the course of this match. You're absolutely right. I think there will be a result, and we hope there will be one. I think Test match deserves it. We have lost a day, of course. Yesterday was washed out. There's been a lot of rain, so huge credit to the ground staff for getting this game on today. Back on the mark, so very good over, very good start for Shakib Al Hasan. 187 for 5.
Most wickets by left-arm spinners across all formats. Shakib Al Hasan right on top there. So much experience there. 700 plus wickets for him. Daniel Vittori, another name. What a bowler he was. Rangana Hera for Sri Lanka. Can they push for 2? There's a big gap there on the offside. Easy, as you like. Let's have a look at that left-arm spinners once again across formats. And interestingly pointed out by you, Rangana Hera, number 4 in that list. He's played red ball cricket, mostly red ball cricket. He's known for that. Sana Jayasuriya. And Ravindra Jadeja there, again, across formats, very handy for India. Who would your pick be out of this?
Might be controversial here. Get back to you after this delivery. I think if you were talking about who is the best left-arm spinner, I guess my mind turns to Test cricket formally. I mean, that's what I think of first. You'd probably go with Daniel Vittori for his consistency and longevity and what he did for New Zealand cricket, particularly in a period where they weren't that strong. But I'd say Ravindra Jadeja as an all-round package, along with Shakib, can't get much better. And the fact that they can score hundreds and bats and be so dynamic in the field as well.
Yeah, in that aspect, if you're looking at it as an overall package, then surely. I mean, because Rangana Hera was your out-and-out bowler. But then you talk about Ravindra Jadeja or you talk about Shakib Al Hasan, they offer you a lot with the bat as well. Good fielders. My pick would be Vittori too.
Yeah, it's such a lovely action, didn't he? Had a high arm and repeatable. It was good around the world, particularly Australia as well. Did very well. It's the benchmark, particularly for a New Zealand cricketer. Yeah, a nice little area here from Tuscan, who takes the place or takes over from Hassan Mahmood, who had a really good spell just before tea, bowling from the same end. He brought his length back a bit. Gone for a few runs looking at his statistics. Not for 60 or 14 was Hassan Mahmood, so kind of forgive him a little bit because he was looking to get that ball up, and it just allowed particularly Shan Masood and Saim Ayub to get into that front foot, score a few runs early on, but you can understand why he was doing that. Missing the left arm of Sharaf al-Islam, who pulled short yesterday with a torn groin, so we wish him well. Just Wonder how much they're missing that left arm seam. You'd have to say that Tuscan Ahmed coming into this team bolsters the attack. He's an outstanding bowler. They rate him very highly. Looked at the lineup they had in that first test match. They had all bases covered, didn't they? Left arm, quick, right arm, seamer, 2 spinners, a left arm and a right arm off spinner. They're looking good, Bangladesh. Driven nicely from Rizwan. That'll be the over. 57 done, 189 for 5.
আলাসান এটাকে হাত নিয়ে ঝাড়ু মারতে দিবেন নাকি এটাকে উপরে নিয়ে ঝাড়ু মারতে দিবেন নাকি
As the other day settles down, you get more and more families coming in on the weekend. Now you see the spinners have bowled 20 overs out of the 57, and usually Bangladesh, and what we've seen from them in the previous game and this one, that they bring in Mehdi pretty early into the attack. He's taken that responsibility, not just to take wickets, but also to bowl most of the overs during the day, allowing the faster ones, the quicker ones, to get some rest. You talk about Taskin, he was almost, seemed like the first choice. He was playing for the A side. Oh, he's taken that leading edge, but it's just gone between those fielders. Shakib sometimes just gets that ball to talk.
Yeah, a little bit lazy. That's what you'd call that. A little bit lazy. Got to watch the ball right onto the bat against this man. He's got subtle variation. One just slides on, one just grips a little bit. Can't take anything for granted.
They are coming back to the choices. They might have not made any change after that win in that first game by 10 wickets. But you almost have to make that change when you have Taskin available. He's got that experience. He provides that variety. And Shariful surely wouldn't have been their choice to leave him out unless the problem that they had was a force change. He had a niggle. Probably Hassan would have made way. I'm not sure, but had Shariful been there in this attack along with Taskin, then it would have become even a better bowling unit.
Yeah, you could argue that. The use of Nahid Rana has been a real welcome for Bangladesh. Never been known to have express pace or anyone that can really push you onto the back foot, but I think the way he's bowled and come in and given the captain that variation, that opportunity to just make batsmen question their feet, and sometimes you don't always see the results when he's bowling, but often at the other end. 191 for 5.
That's what's available to Bangladesh on this tour to Pakistan. Imagine how Mehdi is actually bowled. They haven't really missed Aijul Islam. Otherwise, usually at home, he'll be the first choice to be in the 11. That's Mushfiqur there, getting that shoulder treated. Such an important integral part of that middle order for Bangladesh. What a knock he played the other day. I mean, unlucky not to get to 200. And very soon, lots of entertainment will be available to the people here in Pakistan to visit Pakistan's first purpose-built tourist city, Blue World City. Have a look at that. There's so much available for families, along with maybe great living standards. You talk about Pakistan's batting, and we were just mentioning about how Babar has been off color. Even Salman, it's not just looked his 100%, at least from what we saw in that first game. Apart from the vice captain, Saud Shakil getting a big 100, and then Rizwan. You just get a feeling that the rest of them had a start but couldn't really multiply it or convert into big numbers. Even Babar, for example, got 31, batted there for almost, 13 overs. Or the way they've been losing wickets, it's just a rush of blood, or you call it brain freeze. Sam Ayub, now he threw his wicket away after being set for a session and a half. Oh, that's nice. It's just
Red ball.
so good. Always so good on the eye, Daskin. Great run up, super finish, and he gets the ball in the right areas consistently.
Yeah, squared him up completely. Yeah, he's got nice rhythms, hasn't he? Doesn't seem like he's overexerting himself. I think that's a sign of the wicket as well. I think it's just got a little bit quicker as the day has gone on. The sun's been out. Yes, we've had a lot of rain, but I just feel there's been good carry throughout this test match, which is very encouraging indeed. This is a tough period of play for Salman Ali Agha. Sometimes it's going to be like that. When you go out, you're not always going to play well. You're not always going to be confident. This is a look at the Pakistan batting this series. Of course, at the top of the innings, there's Saim Ayub, who's making good waves, but it's not much to talk about there, is it? Apart from Rizwan and Saud Shakil, who had a fantastic innings in that first innings, there's been real slim pickings. It's that middle order, that real powerhouse that has been disappointing. There's no other way. You just got to fight through it. Got to fight through it. Only way forward. End of the over. 192 for 5.
चल यार बस वही डोगे उड़ा ओ देखेगा क्राउड में ही है
ওই জায়গাটাও কিনে রাখ
Young kids, school kids can come into free with their uniforms and all the ID.
guys please subscribe my channel
The batting's something they're going to have to address, definitely with England coming. They're going to have to try and find a formula. Often it comes from working in partnerships and trying to go back to real basics. That's the only way. Break down the game, break down the sessions. Half an hour here, half an hour again. A lot of the good batters, they set themselves little targets.
You saw those batting averages and the scores from Pakistan batters in this particular series. And as you pointed out, apart from the middle order, he's really hit that hard into that short leg fielder. Even Salman, 3 games, 13 average, expect him to bat along with the tail. And it's not a job for everyone to do that. You sometimes master the art how to bat with the tail when you lose your partners, specialist batters.
और देखेगा
But again, coming to the point that the batters, even the openers like Saim today or earlier on, Saim in that first innings. Barber twice, getting starts but not sticking around. Oh, there's a faint inside edge, they feel that. Both the keeper and the bowler, who looked very confident. Umpire hasn't moved, will they go upstairs? Can they convince Shanto on that? Still no signs, they got 5 seconds to decide. And yes, right at the stroke of end of time.
TV umpire to director. We have a player review for caught behind. The on-field decision is not out. I have checked the field. It's a fair delivery. Can we start with front on, please?
भाई चैनल को सब्सक्राइब कर दें प्लीज
Yes, nice and slow. Ball is close to the bat. Can I confirm with ultra edge, please? Okay, waiting for ultra edge coffee.
नेक्स्ट दूरी दे
Okay. We are still waiting for ultra edge. Now it's coming up. Yes, nice and slow, nice and slow. Yes, keep rolling, keep rolling. Yes, keep rolling, keep rolling. Yeah, flat line, flat line. Keep rolling, keep rolling. Yeah, flat line one ball passing the bat and even the pad. Satisfied, no batting ball. Go back to on-field. Copy. Stay with your original decision. Stand by. You are on screen. Please signal.
Asif Yaqub doesn't see anything, and neither do we. Nothing on that sneakometer, where you call it the ultra edge, and Salman survives, but it was mighty close to that inside part of the bat. So Bangladesh lose a review. They got one left.
Ready, guys?
Looking uncomfortable, looking really uncomfortable. I have to say, Salman Aliaga hasn't got his feet going. Just getting it to turn ever so slightly, and the odd one going straight. Now he's down the wicket, so he's in his head. There's no doubt about that. Shakib Al Hassan. Salman's decided that I can't just stand here and keep plodding away. I've got to make something happen. I've got to back myself out of this rut. And how am I going to do that? I'm going to be positive. Am I going to defend? Very, very good. Shakib Al Hassan, another excellent over. 193 for 5.
Thanks for watching and please subscribe my channel. Please subscribe my channel.
That's this series. There was struggle there apart from a couple of batters. Oh, he's almost chopped that on to himself. Jagged in a bit, didn't it?
They bowled well to Rizwan. They haven't let him get off strike as easily as he would like. 24 from 50. He's a man who likes to go at almost a run a ball. This one just cramping him for pace. Got to be careful with that one. We saw Tuscan Ahmed take a wicket with that exact delivery, perhaps a little bit fuller. It's Abdullah Shafiq in that first over, just jagging back. So we know he's got that ability to just get that one to come back at the right-hander. And we know how much Rizwan likes a bit of width. 2 slips. This is well played, well controlled. They'll get 2.
You talk about Taskin, how he has the ability to bring it in. That Abdullah Shafiq wicket was something I'd love to watch again and again. How he set him up, bowling those outswingers, and then this top of off. Went through the gate and then chopping it on, similar to what just mentioned about how Rizwan faced. Very close to the body, too close to cut it. Then you get that inside part of the bat and then you sit like that and watch it on and replay. The only thing which is very difficult to digest and absorb is how someone like Saim Ayub lost his wicket. It takes hours and sessions to set yourself in. Hard work, concentration levels, ball by ball, delivery after delivery. And you set it up, make your side win the session, and then you play an obnoxious shot or an attempt, and you lose your wicket. Look at that. It's going nowhere with it. Losing shape, wasn't even covering the line of the ball.
Yeah, and he showed so much maturity up until then. You go back to the first innings of the first test, a very similar innings, wasn't it? He was watchful, played his team into a good position. This is good from Taskin Ahmed. Very, very good. You just look at some of the dismissals, and Saad Shakil comes to mind as a player who's very compact, who's done excellently in this test format, and is the one batsman that they really rely on. But a couple of his shots, I think that one in the second innings where he ran past Shakib Al Hassan delivery very early in his innings and trying to cut one there from Taskin Ahmed, you saw that. Slightly uncharacteristic. Small mistakes start to come in, and perhaps the batting lineup that is a bit unsettled, a bit out of confidence.
It's a very thin line when you talk about, you look at the batting card and you probably have an argument at the end of the day that, listen, don't blame Saim, he's got most runs in this batting card. But then the responsibility comes more on you. If you're the one scoring runs with the bat, you got to finish it off. I mean, compared to the other scores, you got to go and make sure that side doesn't get into trouble. It's just like scoring 100 in a limited over game and then you don't finish it and you leave the remaining 15 runs for the tail-enders and you end up losing.
You know, top order battles will know that 50s don't win games. They don't set up games either. 58, 57. One of those batters has got to go on and get a big 100 for his team. They really missed out there. This one is short and wide. One to finish the over. It's 196 for 5.
পার্টনারশিপ বোলিং করি কয়েকটা ওভার
Since lunch, Pakistan's scoring rate has dropped significantly. 2.69. Of course, the loss of 4 wickets, so you could say they've stemmed the run flow somewhat. They were going at almost 4 runs and over in that first session. Canniness of Shakib Al Hassan and the ability of Mehdi Hassan. The session already just 2.15 after approaching 7 overs, so it's been slow going, a rebuilding phase. This one is hit out to the boundary, should get to the boundary for 4 and does. So a welcome boundary for Salman Ali Agha. He'll breathe a sigh of relief, and that brings up the 200 for Pakistan.
Yeah, pulled the length there, Shakib. All went wrong for him. He became a half tracker. So much time for Salman to get out that back foot and put it away. That probably give him some confidence. Because the ball before that was also a delivery. He could have got runs off it, but when you're not in great touch, you find fielders.
A lot of talk about the batting lineup and the reserves and what's got to come, and I guess one of the questions I would ask is the one of consistency of selection, not only who's playing, but are they going to be backed? He's on the sweep, nice shot. That'll end the over. 62 done, 202 for 5.